Order.
Our President, Father, we thank you so much for this beautiful day. We thank you for the rain, and we ask you continue to bless us with the rain. I ask you be with this meeting, and may it be everything decided be good for the county and pleasing unto you. Forgive us any sins, shortcomings, deeds, and operating.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
I didn't put them up there. Okay, this time, any person with business before the court not scheduled on the agenda may speak to the court. No formal action can be taken on these items at this meeting. Each speaker will be limited to 3 minutes. Okay. Increasing project schedule and staffing. Anything I want to go over on that?
Don't forget to turn in your spreadsheets.
That's really good.
I like that one. I didn't know that. I've got to the end of the year.
No, you do not. Your card, did you know you were reading that? Maybe when I have my spreadsheets, your card will start working.
You're lucky I don't have emojis on my computer.
Emojis.
Whatever they're called, emojis. Whatever that thing was.
He's lost his mojo.
The new maintainers, if you get complaints from your guys about the cylinders not coming all the way up, I noticed that yesterday, and I called Jared, and he went to the yard and went through 3 different machines, and these new ones don't come all the way up. They don't do a full cycle. And the newer ones, if you put it in first gear, it'll just sit there kind of like the hydrostatic. You've got to give it a little fuel before it will move. Just FYI.
Sounds like a wisdom gear.
It's got some more coming up behind that. Help it along.
All right, anything else? All right, we're gonna move to lifting or rescinding of the burn ban. Nathan, what do you think?
I think it's good.
Why should we lift it?
Because, we got about 6 to 10 inches of rain throughout the county some places. So.
That ain't enough, I don't know.
It's not, but it'll give us a little bit of time. I
Okay.
know there's a lot of people have trash and stuff they need to burn built up, so.
Judge, I make a motion, we look at Martin Band.
All in favor? How much did the lake come up so far?
Yesterday was up 12 foot. I didn't look today.
Is it still flowing?
There's still some water coming, not a lot, but.
You think about 12 foot, that's stacked in water.
It is. Yeah, especially as.
A lot of my roads are in that lake right now. Yeah, they ain't a lot.
There is one that goes in Borden County side, it does go through the lake.
Right.
It wasn't there when they built it.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
I had approval of the employee benefit renewal for plan year 25. You heard Kathy's discussion the other day. Did you have any questions for her? I can call her if need be.
Pretty much covered it.
Okay, and Misty passed something out to all of us, and it's increased difference in retirees
That are
under
under,
65.
yes, sir.
And there are 2 employees that are, or
Yes.
former employees
Yes.
or family that are under 65 that are listed above that. And the question is, do we want to pick up those increases or fix those to them? Can we do that with the plan,
Can, yes, sir.
with this discussion right now?
Yes. Because we're approving.
Because this is that insurance, the other insurance is monumental for the over 65.
Yes.
Gotcha, okay.
I can also tell y'all that, since I've been here for the last 10 years, we have had 5 total people
Yeah.
that have retired or left the county and used the COBRA or the retirement part.
Yeah.
And a couple of them only did it for a short time because the COBRA is way more than just the retiree under 65.
Right.
Yeah, some of
And their
them-
portion that they pay is quite a bit. It's way more than they were used to paying.
Yeah.
For, just an example, one of them that just came off of here, he was paying $698.76 a month for his portion.
Mhm.
He pays $138.28 now
Yes.
because he's over 65 and he's on monumental. So it jumps. That's a big difference.
That is a big difference. And looking at what they would pay right now,
Versus what they are
Versus-
paying.
what they are paying, we're paying. That is a monster jump.
No. They would, so you're
Oh,
just
wait,
gonna
okay.
add the 2688, to their portion.
Right, gotcha.
It's not gonna, he's looking at this. from
Yeah, I
this.
was looking at the wrong section.
So it's gonna
So
be,
So it would be an increase of 2688
Correct.
755.
It'll go up to.
for the retirees.
Yes, for that one, but the other one would be 403.
For our insurance, ours.
But she isn't employee spouse, she's employee only.
Yeah.
And Larry,
Yes, right.
they pay the
Yes.
698.
So,
It's only- it's only-
so one would be a 2688 increase for them or us, and the other would be a 40338 increase.
No,
for
sir.
them or us. What am
Can I approach?
I- Sure.
This is for just the employee and the
Right.
county picking up nothing. So this will be the new fees. On the next
And this is
page,
their,
this is for the employees.
okay,
Um,
oh, okay, all right, this is the,
this is gonna be the increase to the county
mhm,
and with the retirees staying the same amount they are. So this is what we'll pick up.
okay, yes.
Does that make sense?
There's a,
She's still here.
This is what
Yeah, hers
they'll
is
pay,
staying
this is what
698.76.
the additional is,
What
this
does
is what,
Katie currently pay? She pays
Yeah,
15.
the county.
56.
yeah,
So
the
her-
county picked it up.
Same thing. If we keep them,
Um,
it's the same.
This is what,
This will be.
so this is what they would pay, this is what we would discuss.
It'll be the
This
full
is what
price.
But we would still pay what we already been paying.
Right.
That
Which is,
portion.
I mean, when you look at it, it's 2 employees,
No, but we were-
or 2
We
retirees.
still pay the two, we were doing whatever difference.
Not for them.
We do, on my retirement day, what we do.
It's been since the
I'll make sure I got this right.
came from.
If we, if employment's at all, like this, all right.
That's for the, the first page is for the current employees, the second page is for the retirees.
Yes, sir.
So if we pick up the employees, this is what we pick up, current employees.
Our total amount is.
And the other one is, if we pick up the retirees,
Like, say, employee was.
which we did budget for the 5% increase for the insurance.
And then we paid the, yes, the 247. That's what we were paying.
Which is,
And
it's 2.5%,
And it's on every.
we're well over cover.
Not the spouse.
It's just for the employee only, correct?
No, it'd be that whole line there. You're talking that whole line there, right?
I'm sorry.
That whole new employee amount
Yes,
is not just employee, it's,
The current policy is that we pay the employee part.
mhm,
Mhm.
Yes.
And we don't pick up all of the
Dependents.
dependent.
Yes, sir.
But we do pay a portion of
Yes. And that's,
dependents.
this is what, the employee pays at the difference. Like, this is the employee only, which the
Okay,
employee pays 0, and this is what, if you have dependents, is what you're currently paying.
okay,
This will be the retirees, and this is what they're currently paying. This will be the difference from this amount, the new effective amount.
okay. But
The numbers you have written down beside the new rates effective, 60, 63, 61, 62.
Oh, those are our codes,
Okay,
so I would know where in our system.
okay.
Yeah.
Any questions? So,
There's motion.
and I'll make the motion that we approve the employee benefit renewal plan for 2025 and pick up the increase for retirees younger than 65.
Second.
All in favor? Okay. Water damage at the annex. We'll discuss what action to take on the water damage at the annex. I've given you the report from the insurance company. And on pages, scope of damage, second page looking at you. Shows you where it originated. The water damaged wooden cabinets and countertop that the sink was in. It'll need to be replaced. Floor covering in the break room was VCT flooring. It came loose from the water damage. It'll need to be replaced. The baseboards in the entire affected area are painted wood. A lot to come off and be replaced on all affected areas. The remediation company pulled several of the baseboards off and drilled holes to drywall cavities. The drywall was all saved in all rooms, but will need repainted once the new baseboards are installed. 3 offices in the main hallway will need the carpet square tiles replaced. And the major areas affected were 2 offices on the north side of the hallway, the main corridor hallway along the Justice of the Peace and the Secretary's office, the break room, and the restroom. And they've completed the enclosed estimate to replace the carpet in the 3 offices in the main hallway, replace the baseboard and repaint throughout the affected area, replace the VCT flooring in the break room, and then remediation side of the claim. And there are lots of documents behind to show all of that. There is a request from the JPs to go ahead and replace the flooring throughout. And I think we had a couple of quotes. One was right around 17,000 and the other was 19, I think, 19 or 20 or more. Also request to do further work in the break room, including adding additional cabinets, drop-in stove, among other things, and that cost was 17,000. So, what are your thoughts? What do y'all want to do here?
Well, I mean, they work through lunch. And they generate a lot of revenue. And wouldn't. The kitchen, wouldn't that be capital improvement?
So with the flooring?
Hmm.
Well, probably, actually, all of it, except for like, if there was any computer damage or anything like that. But anything that was the baseboards, the painting, the wall painting, flooring, all of that's capital or permanent improvements.
I'll get that right one of these days.
That's what you're doing part-time. Gonna take a while.
I mean,
I should be receiving the check from TAC any day now for that 8,000 and whatever it was that I didn't bring my paper. I should be receiving that, and then after I certify that, that'll be placed into whatever court chooses to use to fix this stuff.
Well, I think that'll fix it. I mean, but if they want tile in there, whatever it was, they stopped that. I don't have a problem with that.
Was Terry, did he not, or was he going to get a price about that stain?
Staying in the concrete.
That idea was scuttled.
I think that'd be a pretty split hazard, just having that kind of concrete. I think too much traffic to do that.
If it got any wet at all, it would,
yeah,
somebody would fall.
Um,
Stuff is slippery.
but, I mean,
The only, I guess the only really problem I have is the stove and the extra countertop, I mean, the extra cabinets. Because I feel like if they want the stove, they can take it out of their own budget.
well, I disagree with you.
That's what I have to do when I need something extra.
It's all over.
I will, just as a point of reference from in the past, this was not the same court. It was a totally different court. I wasn't even here at this time, so. When they did do the remodel, actually I was here for the break room. That's a whole another topic. But when they remodeled the armory, they did use permanent improvement funds for that, and they did put like that whole kitchen, work, whatever, that, all that area there. They used permanent improvement funds for that fancy break room we had downstairs. It is the same stove that was there, because you could tell by the little spill thingies that are.
But
Yeah.
$17,000 for cabinets is a lot of money. I mean, you can get cabinets a heck of a lot cheaper than that. I have a concern with that. And a drop-in stove, most of us don't have a drop-in stove at our house. I mean, that's 2 to 3 times the cost of a slide-in stove, which she did just tell me that they are gonna take the stove out of their budget, so.
But, you know, it seems like we use capital improvements, we're using it softball fields. Okay.
Here's my concern, alluding back to the break room in this one. That was.
That's why I said it was a previous court.
Expensive project
It was.
that the previous court did that. I don't want that grief on my back, making a decision like that. If we can get some other pricing that isn't $17,000,
Who is their quote from?
Barry Davis.
Barry Davis,
And can't think of a good name.
right? And I don't know if they're custom cabinets. I don't think we need custom cabinets.
I
And
think they could get like Mauricio or, there's a couple of others that are way less.
Mhm.
I would not say Ryan Woolridge.
no,
He's
Right,
just as,
right.
yeah. But there are some other places, that are way less expensive than
Okay,
17,000.
I'll give you that.
You could even actually get them from Home Depot and,
That,
and they're nice
exactly
at
what I
Home
was
Depot
thinking.
and
Yeah.
it wouldn't even cost.
Okay, along them lines. They may fit, they may not. Okay,
What do you mean, may or may not fit?
well,
And you can get whatever size you want off the shelf.
I understand that, but I think it's,
I just have a problem paying $17,000 for custom cabinets in a government building.
Do you know the grief that we've had from this courthouse break room building
Mhm.
still gets discussed? I mean, yeah. I think if they were gonna, and it's not either of them there, because they weren't there when any of this was
Right.
done, but back then they did remodel that building. It should have been done then, it wasn't, even if it was, it would have probably got ruined during the flood, so.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know how much we're gonna get, if we get money back, once they collect, if they collect from Culligan, we'll get the deductible back on that, which is 5,000.
Yeah.
But that's 13,000.
Yeah.
From
Doesn't
the
quite,
insurance.
and that covers the flooring,
Mhm.
which I've got no issue with redoing all of the flooring. And I've got no issues with doing some upgrades there. If they want to put a stove in and cook there at lunch, that's fine. If they want new cabinets, that's fine too, but I think we could buy cabinets off the shelf and I'll go down there and hang them. I just redid my kitchen doing the same thing. I don't mind doing that, or we can find someone that's cheaper than $17,000. I have a problem paying that much for custom cabinets in government buildings.
well, like I said, I mean, you know, this whole court talks about revenue. And every one of y'all got this email, I don't know if you bring the dog or not,
What email?
they generate.
Okay, no, I did not get that one. When did that get sent? Because I haven't seen anything like that recently.
I think.
Okay, I must have missed it. Yeah,
I mean, you know, that's what we always say, and revenue, and, you know, this is just one of the two JPs.
no, I didn't get that this morning. Well, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, we provide a lot of services that it's not about revenue. And to me, that revenue, it doesn't necessarily play, it shouldn't determine whether they get a $17,000 custom cabinet kitchen. You know, I don't think the one that was done here should have been custom cabinets. I think it should have been off the shelf. You know, but that's my personal opinion. So I'm willing to go forward with, so they can at minimum get flooring in, get that rolling. Then let's look at some cheaper options, personally, my opinion. Think what y'all want on redoing the rest of the kitchen. There are some things that are gonna have to be required to be done. If they want their ice machine back, that's gonna have to be plumbed in correctly. It wasn't plumbed in correctly. There's a drain, and that drain was just going out onto the floor, and it should have been going into the sink area. You know, they do need the sink area. That all is in here that has to be done. Let's get that done professionally. If it's the same type of cabinet as everything else, it's fine too, but I don't think it should be the custom cabinets that we're looking at here.
I disagree with you. This is, I mean,
So you're saying we should go with Davis's bid on that?
Well,
What are you disagreeing with?
they'll fit is my point. And, you get,
Do they want to go wall to wall cabinets on both sides or one side or the other? Or I mean, because I mean, if you're not, you buy them off the shelf and you can make them fit because they're all a standard size.
Didn't the cabinets fit that they had in there?
Yeah, and there was room to spare.
I mean, I understand, that's been my point, I mean, I understand, I don't want to say they don't need a kitchen, because they do work. They're up there all the time, being called out at night, unattended deaths, motor vehicle accidents, but I do disagree, and I have since I saw it on these custom cabinets, I think we can buy several cabinets, but if they're not the ones that are up above the ground, they're not gonna get wet. The only one that got wet was the ones that were on the ground. But I just think we can do it cheaper.
or us paying
Okay. And I'm not saying they don't need anything. I'm not saying that at all. I appreciate that they do stay through lunch and work. And I appreciate that they live out of town and they're not gonna drive home every day for lunch. I get that. I totally do. But let's get some more pricing. Let's see where it's at. See what else we can find.
I mean, that's-
But I will make the motion to go ahead and repair the damage that was already, or repair what the insurance will cover. And as far as the rest of it, let's get some more pricing on it.
The flooring is what you're talking about?
The flooring and the cabinet that was already, that was damaged.
That's not in the, it's not in the break room? Is that cabinet somewhere else?
No, the cabinet in the break room, where the sink area is.
Oh.
They did cover that. And whatever else was damaged, the baseboards and all of that. Let's go ahead and, whatever is covered in in the insurance report, my motion is to go ahead and repair or replace whatever they're saying in there. And get additional pricing. Or quotes.
Second.
All in favor? No. You were
You
voting
voted
for or
yes.
against?
You voted for.
Oh, we did.
Because, I mean, as long as the ball will get dropped when it comes,
No, I mean, let's see what we can come up with. I'm not opposed to them having a good working environment, and a place that they can take a break and make some meals. I'm just opposed to that high price, especially when I know it can be done cheaper.
like I said, I disagree, but.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, any certified revenue, non-out
I
transfer,
didn't bring
none of that. All right, no executive session. We will have, we'll go ahead and adjourn.